If you feel like you're leaking your leadership presence and your sense of control, it's probably true, and it's probably because you are putting your concerns into the wrong things. What you're doing is you're leaking your influence because you're focusing on the things that you can't control, when in fact the things that you can control are eluding you. Stephen Covey, in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, outlined 3 circles that we all live within. The first circle, of course, is the circle of control. The second is the circle of influence. The circle of control is things that we can directly control and which we have autonomy over, whereas the circle of influence is things which we may be able to have indirect influence on. The third circle is the circle of concern. And the circle of concern is things over which we have no possible power at all. We have no authority, no control over the circle of concern. Geopolitics, wars, famines, disasters, things which may concern us, but we have no control over. Now, unfortunately, a person who's leaking leadership stack often finds themselves getting distracted by concerns and overinvesting in the circle of influence. If you ever say to yourself, I wish I could secure genuine buy-in from people instead of wasting my time on emotions and putting out fires, it may be that you are putting out your own fires and investing too heavily in your own emotions. And as a reflection of that, people are throwing that kind of fuel and gasoline onto your fire. So what we need to do is we need to replace the anxiety of uncertainty, and we need to get rid of the energy leaks, and we need to stop second guessing ourselves if we want to establish a more effective leadership stack. So here are 3 pattern interrupts which you might like to try in order to get that circle of control tightened and locked down. The first one, discount the circles of influence and the circles of concern. Take into account to some extent the things that you can influence, but certainly eradicate all the things in the circle of concern over which you have no power whatsoever. Secondly, take an audit on the things that you can control. Now, this isn't a one-off. This is situational leadership skill. Take the idea that you can control things which are in your remit and which you've been charged to take control of, and focus on those things. The third thing you can do, the third pattern interrupt, is to develop a hawk-like focus on the thing that you control and the job that you need to do, the outcome you require. If you imagine a hawk up at altitude, it's not interested in the traffic on the motorway or the wind or the shape of the clouds. It's mostly interested in the prey it seeks to pounce on. So develop that hawk-like focus for things that you can control. And as a result, you're going to marginalize the anxiety and the second guessing. Because if you play in the playground of the unknown, which is the anxiety sphere, you're going to get very little done. And also you're going to project a sense of uncertainty to other people, which means that you're not going to be able to get the kinds of investment and engagement that you seek as a leader. Trying to manage the unknown is just going to cause you to leak your authority all over the place. Your mission as a leader is to enable optimum buy-in, optimum participation, and optimum engagement into the mission or the project that you are leading. So put aside the circle of concern, put aside the circle of influence, or at least acknowledge the limitations of this. And instead of putting out fires, and instead of becoming an emotional or an anxiety playground, let your prefrontal cortex take over. Because when you are in an anxiety state, you are allowing cortisol to flood your frontal cortex. And this is impacting on your decision-making capability. You're doing it to yourself to some extent because you're allowing yourself to. Focus on the things that you can control and exclude those other things. Watch your anxiety levels drop. Watch the people around you buy into your projects more effectively as they see that you are a calm, steady influence in the proceedings. Instead of coming across as unreliable, emotional, anxiety-laden, you come across as somebody who is confident, somebody who has their hand on the rudder. Now, I hope this is useful to you. I'd like to be able to share something with you as you've come this far into the video. So please do have a look at the description below. There'll be a link to a free resource. I don't know what it's going to be. I haven't chosen yet, but it will be related to personal effectiveness, leadership, and confidence. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.